The biggest dangers of dating apps. Now, I'm not gonna lie, my ass just recently got, and it's been my second time that I've ever got on the whole lifetime that I've been on dating apps. And if you don't know what I'm talking about catfish woman. Now, yes, of course, the many of women that are on dating apps, you can expect to take off 1 to 1.5 points off of what they look like on their pictures, because women are notoriously good at touching up their pictures, whether it be the angles, the lightings, you know, Photoshop, makeup, just anything like that. They're really good at taking pictures, so you can always expect to take off 1 to 1.5 points of what they look like in real life compared to their pictures. But there are the catfish women that, you know, they look mid or they look cute, and then you see them in real life and you're just like, oh shit, what the fuck did I just get myself into? This girl is, I'm not gonna be mean, so you're just gonna say this girl is not my type, to the point where, you know, I don't even want to get head or, you know, put anything in her. It's just kind of like a ugh. And this has happened to me 2 times. Now, the notorious app that this has happened to me on is BOK, and if you don't know, then I made a whole video on why BOK was the worst dating app of all the dating apps, just off the simple fact that the quality on there is trash. Now, this definitely backs it up. First time that I ever got catfish, the woman was a lot bigger than the pictures that she had up there. She had older pictures up there, and she kind of didn't look nothing like how she looked in the pictures before. But I'm gonna be honest with you boys, I'm not always touching the baddies, I'm not always fucking the baddies, I'm not always messing with the baddies. Sometimes a nigga just needs to get his nut off, and he's gonna, you know, hit up a mid, or, you know, a high tier mid, maybe even a low tier mid. But, you know, there's some girls that just aren't my type to where I wouldn't do anything with them at all. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's just my nice way of basically calling the girl ugly as fuck. They're not my type, right? So, you know, the one that happened 6 months ago, I don't really remember much from it, but the one that I'm about to talk about now, this shit happened 2 days ago. Now, I shot myself in the foot because I'm using BOK already, and as we know, BOK has some of the worst quality on there for multiple reasons, right? Boom, I'm texting the girl, and she's like, oh, I'm watching the movie. I was like, oh, that's lame. And she was like, how's that lame? I was like, you could be watching the movie with me. And she's like, okay, bet, I'll come over. Can I spend the night? And I was like, yeah. And this is where I already shot myself in the foot, because normally what I do with girls that I'm with that I want to leave, I either A, make them an excuse to leave, or if it's really awkward and hard to leave, or I don't have nothing to say, I always hit up my friend and be like, hey, act like you got in a car accident, you know, just call me, act like you got in a car accident, act like there's an emergency. And the first girl was a catfish, I had my homeboy hit me up and act like he got in a car accident, and that's how I left that situation. But this situation was completely different in the sense of the whole dynamic of where I live and how things work around here. It's harder to do that, and it'll just be too obvious around here. So this girl was about mid on BOK. I invited her to come over. She agrees to come over. She pulls up. Now, I live in a apartment building, but it's not like an apartment complex, it's like a building, so I have to actually go downstairs, show them where to park and everything like that, right? So boom, I go downstairs, I go to the road, and I see, you know, this nice ass car. I'm not gonna lie, very distinct nice car that, you know, typical college girl or the average college girl will not have, but it's daddy's money, you know? So boom, I see the car, I walk up to the car, I get closer, and as I get closer, it's kind of dark, and I'm just looking at her from a side view. Now, if you don't know, most people look, you know, pretty good from the side view, but I'm looking at her from the side view, and I'm just like, So I'm not really, you know, jumping the gun too fast, because, you know, it's just a side view. I tell her where to park, she parks, she drives. Boom, we get out the car, and when we get out the car, I actually see her face. Now, it's kind of dark, but I still can make out her face nice enough to really see what this girl looks like. And at this point, I'm just like, oh shit, this girl's not my type. I wouldn't touch this girl with a metal pole. Like, what the fuck am I looking at? Now, I'm sorry I'm being a little mean, but like, that's genuinely how I was, bro. And the whole time we're walking to my apartment, I'm just praying that nobody sees me with this girl. It was that bad, to the point where it's just like, oh my god, if someone sees me with this girl, my reputation's going to go down. This isn't a good look. I don't know how to get out of this situation. Fuck. So boom, we get to my apartment, we get here safely, and I was thinking, like, should I get a friend and, you know, call me, hit me up, and like act like you got in a car accident? But like, at the same time, it's like, how is that gonna work if she pulled up here? Her ass is probably gonna be like, oh, I'll just wait here while, you know, you go take care of that or whatever, right? And it's just like, I just didn't feel like it would work, bro, just because how the dynamic was, right? So we get to the like movie and shit, and I'm sitting in my own bed in the corner, and I'm like this, bro. Like, I'm just like, I don't really want her to touch me. I don't want her to look at me. I don't want her to kiss me. I don't want her to try anything on me, bruh. So I'm just like distance off in the corner. But like, I'm not an asshole, and I don't really know how to like politely tell her to leave, or like, you know, because at the same time, I'm still scared that, like, you know, vindictive woman and all that shit. So it's like, I don't want to be a complete utter asshole to where this girl takes repercussions onto like me offending her and then does some like insane shit. So I'm just trying to be nice, but I'm acting distance at the same time. And, you know, she's trying to flirt with me, bruh. And when she's trying to flirt with me. It's kind of funny to me, but it's like, oh no. I'm sitting in the bed, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I posted on Instagram with my close friends on my spam, like, I just got catfished, and some girl slid up. She was talking through it to me, and I was just like, fuck it. I caught her right in front of the girl, and then I was like, all right, I'm finna go in the living room, and like, this is urgent. So I go in that living room, and I'm like in my living room for 2 to 3 hours, bro, just talking to, like, this person was talking to me. Like, we're not talking about the girl, we're just kind of like, you know, just chatting it up, right? And as we're chatting it up, bro, I come back in my room, this girl's like asleep, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, you just let me go in the living room for 2 to 3 hours and you just fall asleep? I feel like any normal other woman would have just been like, all right, I'm finna go, or like make up a reason to go. And mind you, I seen her drinking on a bottle. That's also why I felt like if I would have like been like, oh, my friend got in a car accident, you know, I gotta, you know, handle that, she would have been like, oh, I'm drunk, I can't leave, you know. That's another reason why I didn't feel like that would work, or any excuse I would make wouldn't work, right? And I had already told her she could spend the night, which was like, I already shot myself in the foot. Now, if I haven't met the girl, what I simply do is I'd be like, oh, you can come over for a few, and if I'm feeling it when they come over, I'm just gonna simply prolong it to, you know, oh, you want to spend the night? Or if I'm not feeling it, I actually got something to do early in the morning, you know, you can't spend the night. But basically, she ended up, you know, falling asleep. I got in the bed, went to sleep. I went to sleep all the way on the opposite corner. She was over here. Woke up and she was like, all right, I gotta go to class. And I was like, yes. So basically, I got away without having to do anything, or without her making a move. But the whole time, she was trying to flirt with me, and I was too scared to basically be an asshole and tell her, get the fuck out, you look nothing like your pictures, because I'm not that big of an asshole or that mean. All I want to say is, bro, is like, there are definitely simple like measures to prevent yourself from getting catfished, but like, bro, I don't find FaceTiming women very entertaining, and I don't really want to, but like, that definitely probably would have saved me like time and energy, because I could have just found like a different girl to invite over. But it's like, fuck, man, like, I'm a lazy guy at the end of the day. I don't like putting in work. I like just, you know, texting them for a little and telling them to come over. So I'm honestly shocked that it's only happened to me 2 times, but the 2 times that it's happened, it's kind of just like a holy shit, what the fuck did I just get myself into? And it's just like, the problem with her was like, it wasn't old pictures or she was fat, it was just like the angles, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like, it was genuinely the angles that she took, like, were good angles that didn't match how she actually looked in real life. And that's making me realize like that could happen again, because before all it was like the girl just used older pictures and, you know, she let herself go. But like, this was like complete utter angles, bro, and it's like a real scary thing out here. Like, imagine, I'm not this desperate or anything, but imagine like I get real horny one day and I really need it bad, like I'm on a serious drought, right? And I decide, hey, you know, I want to take my ass up to South Carolina. It's 2 hours away. This girl looked gorgeous, light-skinned girl with blonde curly hair, blue eyes. I'm like, holy shit. And I pull up and this girl's a catfish. I think I might have to crash out on that shit. I can't even lie, bro. Like, that shit is crazy, bro. This world is really getting to the point where it's like you can't even trust the pictures you see on the internet, because niggas is getting too good at Photoshop and getting their angles right. Holy shit, what the fuck? Nigga learned a hard lesson from that, you know? I need to move smarter when it comes to inviting girls over and agreeing automatically that they could spend the night at my crib without knowing what they look like in their vibe. Cause shit, that shit was hella uncomfortable, and it's like, I already told her she could stay. It's like, fuck.